proposed that the 194 member countries hand over the authority to the WHO to decide.
Nope. Oh, on second thought, no. Absolutely not. Out of the question. It's a terrible idea for so many reasons. First and foremost, a major institution holding that level of power over every country in the world, completely unaccountable to anybody. Not to mention the World Health Organization itself is extremely corrupt. Dare I mention the Director General of the World Health Organization allegedly facing genocide charges for Ethiopia, as well as his ties to the Communist Party of China. The demonstration of their corruption, their complete and utter refusal to acknowledge Taiwan's warnings about COVID at the very beginning, because, you know, Taiwan, China, I want to upset them. My biggest concern of all of this, as a freedom-loving, self-governing liberal, is the sheer lack of accountability that seems to be increasing across the world in this day and age. Across institutions like the United Nations, the World Economic Forum and the World Health Organization now, it just seems to me that more and more power is being surrendered to these international bodies that have absolutely no accountability, and we, the citizens, are never asked if we want any of it. I can tell you right now, I personally do not want any of these institutions having any power over society. I'll extend an olive branch to the blind optimists out there. If there was a way to hold these institutions accountable, things might be different. I could be more tolerant towards the idea. But there is no way to hold these people accountable, especially with that level of power. This treaty goes through, which it inevitably will, because let's face it, at this point, us, the tax-paying plebs, what we think doesn't matter. The World Health Organization will be able to declare pandemics and force lockdowns whenever they feel like it. That doesn't mean to say, of course, that they will, but they certainly have the power to do so, because centralized governing forces have never once gone wrong at any point in history, or completely overreacted. They will also be able to forcibly mandate vaccines onto you. To put my cards on the table, I don't care what you think about vaccines, if you're for them or anti them. For me, it's the basic principle of consent. You cannot mandate consent. Unless, of course, you're a totalitarian dictatorship, in which case you can mandate whatever the hell you want. But I happen to live in a free market, liberal democracy, at least I think I do, where things like mandated consent exist, which naturally put me at odds with people like Piers Morgan, who was very open about punishing people who did not do what he wanted them to do. Ostracise them from society, let them lose their jobs, lose their livelihoods, basically be treated like second-class citizens in some instances. And we all know how that worked out. He had to grovel on TV for an apology, which, by the way, I still haven't accepted, as well as all the other people who were towing the line. Imagine that, but the World Health Organization is doing it instead of your government. How on earth are you going to hold that accountable? You can't. This is deeply dystopian, and I really do not like this idea. But what do you think? Let's have some public dialogue. Perhaps you like the idea of giving these powers away to the World Health Organization. Perhaps you're in the same camp as me, and you think the only people who should have power and control over your country and what it does are the people that you put in power. Let me know in the comment section, but be nice about it.